distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and dear students. I belong to Nemo, and between then and now, I think a gap of about 50 years. The changes that have come are incredible, absolutely. Today I saw pedagogy in action. I've always thought, what pedagogy is, the way of transferring knowledge is pedagogy. Pedagogy in action in Nemo now. My request to the LAHDC and the Department of Education, UT of Ladakh, would be to repeat this village as a school in other parts of the area also. Ladakh. Pedagogy is the way of transferring knowledge. My request to teachers always has been, don't transfer whatever you know onto the students and clog their mind. Transfer only as much as they can absorb, they can retain, and they can utilize. Today I found this pedagogy in action in Nemo village. When you go around, you will find this. Now, when I did my primary school in Nemo, I think it was 1956, and then I went to Leh High School. The mode of learning used to be rote learning, gota lagana. There was no, analytical learning. I remember, when I was in the 7th standard, there was a Kashmiri teacher who was teaching us history. Our class was about 25 people, 7th standard. He came in and he said, "Who was Rana Sanga?" All blank, because we used to, mug up everything for the exams. Since everyone was blank and he was very disappointed, I had mugged up Rana Sanga, Chittorgarh, and so on. I said, there's some relationship between Chittorgarh and Rana Sanga. I got up and hands. Shabaz bete, bolo kya tha? Who was Rana Sanga? Janab, Rana Sanga was Chittor ka baap. Ullu ka patta, betho. Then the students realized there's something wrong with this answer also. So that is the rote learning is what is being encouraged even now. I think what is required to be taught is analytical learning. And today I saw all this in action in the exhibition of Nemo village as a school. And I will request the people in authority to repeat this kind of exhibition all over the region, Ladakh, entire Ladakh, Kargil and Leh districts. Now, what is education? My experience of teaching is 3 years teaching of engineering in REC Srinagar, 3.5 years. That's all about teaching. And definition of education has been given by many great people. One was William Butler Yeats, an Irish poet. He says education is not about filling of a pot with water. Education is about lighting of a lamp. Education किसी गड़े में पानी भरने की तरह नहीं है. Education है एक लैंप को लाइट करना. जब लैंप को लाइट करते हैं तो everything becomes visible in the environment. And you increase the intensity of the lamp and it will go further and further up. That is what education is all about. Now, what elementary education, up to say high school. Elementary education is like a crucible. I don't know what we call crucible in Ladakh, in which we melt metal. Elementary education is like a crucible in which you melt raw human beings human characters, and then give them character enough to live a meaningful life. That is what elementary education is all about. And I saw today the glimpse of this kind of change of concept of education in the school, Nemo Villages School. I mentioned about rote learning, a good pedagogy, what it should be all about. The importance of language to education. Language is like a vehicle, on which you ride to all destinations. You need something to ride to a destination. It doesn't matter what vehicle it is. It can be Toyota, it can be Mercedes, it can be Tata Motors, but it has to take us to the destination. That is what language is all about. It doesn't matter whether it's Ladakhi, Bhoti, Hindi, Urdu or English. But language is the vehicle for this. And language has to be learned in the infancy, or you lose your spontaneity. We didn't learn language properly when we were in school. We used to have a Bodhi teacher. Bodhi teacher would make us mug up. Danga chiwangdu sompain, lamla ridak chujik na thuk. We used to mug up. And this used to appear in the exam also. So we would write that. And the other thing was Balan ka shatpa. Balan ruchong is onchen, kampa ji onchen, Balan nama onchen, Balan oma tangchen, oma jo nalchen, joinuna marpingchen, gurgur chajochen mari. Te samala. Then thore jate na bhayo ano examina. They would use to some pass chart. We got 8th standard and we had the board exam from Kashmir. तो वहाँ उन्होंने किसी और से पेपर बनवाया, पेपर निकालो, तो उसमें बला शतपा नहीं था, स्टे शतपा. तो हम आउट ऑफ सिलेबस तो कुछ दांस्ते ना, जलशास बकुला जिंदाबाद नबी दांस्ते ना क्लास में. तो उन्होंने टीचर को आने बुलाओ टीचर को, तो टीचर को बुला के लाए. तो ये क्या है? ये कहते हैं आउट ऑफ सिलेबस है. वाशकुन में चीज़ है आउट ऑफ सिलेबस चीज़ उपकारे से. तो मजाल है मतलब तेना बनाए का शतपा में नहीं इनास्ते शतपा हो. तेबांग हवा में ना सरगल संका बनाना नास्ते ना चीज़ फराओ सिर्फ रुचो को फराओ. तो हिंद को संभा हागुआ तेरे संग में डिस्टॉन स्टे ओमा तंगचन ओमा जोर नचन जोना मार पिंचन गुरगुर चाचन. Rote learning. So there is a need for moving from rote learning to analytical learning. And this is my request to teachers, is that the pedagogy should be changed the way you have shown pedagogy today. I feel enlightened, because of this. So that's what it is all about. Ladakh जैसी जगह पे ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. क्यों है? प्राइमरी एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में कोई स्कोप नहीं है. लैंड हैज़ बीन यूटिलाइज्ड टू द फुल. इंडस्ट्री में कोई प्रोस्पेक्ट्स नहीं है. ओनली थिंग इज यू हैव टू डेवलप ह्यूमन रिसोर्स, एंड द मेन इनपुट इन ह्यूमन रिसोर्स इज एजुकेशन. Education has to be analytical education, prepare people for a meaningful life. And HRD is the most important thing in Ladakh. I think the Ancien Sofa must be fully aware of this. Importance of education and human resource development is what is required of Ladakh now. My experience, there is a correlation between hard work, happiness and success. My experience is that if you work hard a few hours in the morning, early in the morning, you remain happy for the whole day. And whatever you do in the afternoon and at night, you are successful in that. And this is for a week, for a month, and for a lifetime. If you work hard for a few years, relevant years, of your youthfulness, you would be happy for the whole life, and whatever you do in your life, you will be successful. So, relationship between hard work, happiness, and success. My message to students, there are so many students over here. My message to students is have faith in yourselves. Have faith in your own, qualities. Identify your strengths and your weaknesses. Identify your strengths and your weaknesses. Utilize your strengths and address your weaknesses, and you will be successful throughout life. While the going is good, another thing, while the going is good, go the extra mile. When feelings are high, don't pause and relax. Go as far as you can. So these are the few things which I wanted to tell the students, and to some extent to the teachers, as a teacher of engineering for 3.5 years. And my request to the UT administration and the C Phuntsog is that the same kind of experience you could repeat in different regions of the area, and it will be of enormous benefit to education in Ladakh, meaningful education. Thank you very much indeed. And I'm really glad that you have asked me to say a few words. And these are the few words of a senior citizen. And thank you very much indeed.